Let me check the YouTube and make sure that we're streaming, and then we will be good to go. Yo, give me 1 second, Tiny. I will bring you up. We already have a guest in the guest box, and we will get this show on the road as soon as I make sure that we are streaming and everything is good over on YouTube. And yeah, takes a minute to get everything set up at the beginning of live. And yes, we are going. Sarah, thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Rimbles, thanks for being here. Love to see you guys. Hey, Misery, how are you? All right, we're gonna bring Tiny up first. Good to see you, Rebel. Tiny, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go for sure. Had a good day at work, and better than it has been. I've got to adjust this just a little bit for the YouTube. It's good to see you, Rebel. Thanks for being here. I don't know if I've already said that. Guys, thank you. We're already almost 4K likes. Thank you very much. What is... we gotta transition that. Let's see how this... There we go. Now we're sitting right on the YouTube. All right, we're gonna bring up our first guest, guys, and we're gonna get this going. Or what? Well, everybody dropped out of the queue. All right, I guess Tiny scared them. Tiny came up and scared them all away. Why are you targeting Christians? Because Christians are the majority where I live. So I think it makes the most sense to talk to Christians. If I lived in Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq, I would probably focus on the Muslim belief. But that's just not a majority here. That's not dictating laws and things like that. So I want to talk about the Christian God. I do have Muslims come up, though, and I will talk to them. We do have the URL up. We're pinning it right now. Rimbles put it there in the comments for me, like always. And so if you are in the YouTube, either on Deconstruction Junction YouTube, or if you are on my YouTube watching, you can join the conversation by going to tinyurl/joyfulguest. All right, we've got somebody here, Jay Moore.
Hello?
Yeah, Jay, what's your age, and are you a Christian?
19, and yes, I am. Oh, I'm not even about to argue with you, because I know how atheists or whatever you are, but I think you should just repent before it's too late. That's all.
Yeah, you came here to cry? Is that what you came here for?
Did I cry?
Yeah. Yeah, you came up here to cry because you're upset that I'm doing this live, so you just came here to cry. You don't want to actually have a conversation?
I think
you literally came up here to cry.
Everyone can have their own opinions.
I'm pent over right now. Should I repent over?
You came here to cry. Why are you crying? Do you want to have a conversation and defend your God like Peter? Have you ever read 1 Peter 3:15?
There we go.
Yeah, he ran. 1 Peter 3:15, he just sinned by leaving because it commands you as a Christian to answer when you are asked about your God. And he did not have the faith to do it. So he just sinned, and he'll have to repent for that later. But thank you for being here. Guys, there was our first guest. He came here, cried, and ran away like a scared little Christian. Sad.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like that sometimes. They can't handle any kind of actual debate. They just want to come up here and cry. But That's up to them, guys. If you are in either of the YouTubes, you can come up here and we can have a conversation about your God. Or if you are there on the TikTok, you know how to join the live. Me and Tiny would love to talk to you. Tiny, so what is your background with Christianity? Were you a Christian for a long time?
Well, I was raised in the Mormon church, actually, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you know, the Joseph Smith cult.
Yeah.
And I never really believed in it fully, but that's what my mom tried to get me to be. And it's funny, like, my mom and dad had 5 kids, and then she had another child with my stepdad, and all 6 of us are atheists to be. And
right on. Yeah, so do you know who Sean McCartney is?
it doesn't ring a bell, sorry. No, I don't.
Oh, right on. He's just a he's a Christian now. He went from Mormonism to Christianity, and it's just funny because I learned most of my stuff against Mormonism from him, even though I disagree with his Christianity as well. But he like exposes a lot of shit about Mormonism, and he's got a lot of good info. Sean McCraney on YouTube. He has a talk show where he has Mormons on and he debates with them.
What's the name of the talk show? Do you
know? Truth Matters, maybe? Let me see.
Okay.
I can look it up real quick.
Well, the thing that really drove me away from Mormonism is the whole golden plates.
Heart of the matter.
Yeah. And the fact that the angel Moroni came back down and scooped him back up and took him back up to heaven, that entire narrative is just what drew me away from it, because that would be like the cornerstone of Mormonism, like having these plates and demonstrating that these plates exist. But magically, like the body of Jesus, it went back up to heaven.
Yeah, and nobody else really got to see it. It is convenient how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's one of the most fantastical excuses that anyone could offer.
For sure. Guys, if you are over on the YouTube, please make sure you're hitting that thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And also make sure that you keep typing in the chat and hitting the little heart over here every now and again. Anything you do with the channel helps to put us into the FYP over there on YouTube as well. And for both the horizontal that is on the Decon Junction and for my YouTube channel. Also on the TikTok, we only have 9 shares right now. If you could please share out the live, it's really easy to do. Hold down on your screen and it gives you a whole list of people and you just click on them. It's very easy to do. Once we get to 100 shares, it re-pushes us out into the FYP. So that would be great if you guys could get me to 100 shares. And thank you so much for all of the likes. I do appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Do we have anybody on Video Ninja yet? I do not believe so. Nope. So I will keep talking to Tiny. Tiny, so you have your name as Tiny Science. Do you have a pretty good background in science, or is that something that you've like really invested into more now?
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in science. The reason I have this name, though, is because Robbie Science, or Flobby Science, him and I switched last names. So now he's Flobby Smalls, and I'm Tiny Science. And we did this probably like 6 months ago, and it's been like that ever since. So I just stuck with it.
I sent you an invite there. There you go, B-Lord. Guys, if you are here on TikTok, make sure that you're following my co-host here. He also does his own lives, and it is awesome. B Lord, what is your age, and are you a Christian or a believer in God?
Yeah, I'm 43. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what I see your sign say God does not exist.
Yep.
Why do you think that?
Oh, I think God doesn't exist because he doesn't follow logical constraints. Therefore, he's illogical, and I don't believe in illogical things.
You mean because he's not like he's not performing stuff that you can actually see. That's what you're saying. Like it's not a visual thing.
No, no, I'm saying that that's enough for me not to believe in him, but for me to say he doesn't exist, I actually have reasons to believe he doesn't exist other than lack of evidence. So do you believe that things have to be logical to exist?
No.
Oh, so you think there are logical things? Do you think things have to be um real to exist?
Yeah, it had to be real to exist. But what I'm getting at is like one thing I never understood, like when people say like it's God don't exist, right? And it's the thing is like how then you have to go back to day one, right? Like you can't read a book, like it ain't God ain't about like a book or like it's just like it just go back to the beginning of time, like what was the first thing that existed? How are you here? How you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Can I
Tiny,
answer
you got
this?
something? Yep, I was
Yeah, yeah.
gonna ask you.
So yeah, what we have is in our observations is a limitation to our observations. So we don't have
Mhm.
access to the first moment of time. We don't have any information of a t equals 0 moment.
Right, right.
We have within our hypothetical math is a threshold that we can't see past. So we don't have an observation of the beginning of time. Like currently within the realm of science, there's two hypotheses at play. One of them is causal finitism, where the universe began to exist, and causal infinitism, where the universe has always existed. And both of these hypotheticals are equitable. They're
Mhm.
on the same playing field because we don't have enough information to support one or the other. So what we need is more information to break the symmetry between both of these hypotheticals, and we don't have
Yeah.
that information. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, what I also mean is like how do you think like your hair not to grow in your eyeballs? Like how do you know you got a place to eject
Evolution.
your like the thing is like how's that all in place perfectly with no mishaps? Like it's like there's no way that a bird have a heart, have a eyes, and nobody ever said, "Hey, it's a factory over in Wisconsin that makes birds." Like to be able to say, "Okay, it's some kind
Well,
of science behind us being here," right? So
the problem is it's
Mhm.
not perfect. That's the first issue with your statement. It's the
What
furthest
is
thing
not
from
perfect?
perfect.
Your body?
Biology is very fragile. The body undergoes mutation through generations, and this is how evolution and adaptation happens. It's not something that's like, well, everybody's made this certain way. No, we've adapted and evolved over time. We're changing right now. People are undergoing evolution that are being born without wisdom teeth. There's even people being born with their pinkies hooked upwards. Like if you hold your hand like flat, like where your thumb is up, you can
Hmm.
see your pinky. It's curved upwards at the tip to hold cell phones. People are being born with that feature currently. So that shows that there's still evolution happening in humans, which is
So where
fascinating.
do you think? What would be your answer for a person like in general like if it wasn't a perfect human or spirit that now one thing I don't directly believe like in the Bible all the way like that's like I'm not saying that so but I'm saying if it
Sure.
wasn't something that was perfect to be able to create perfectness Like nobody can explain like how's a mosquito that small,
Okay.
and
Can I ask you a question about the word perfect? What is that? What are you defining that word to be?
no, what I mean by perfect is so it is something such as a mentally challenged person, something such as a person that is born without arms. It's some people born without a body. That's all in genetics. That's all. So
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
that, right?
that's
But what I mean
imperfection.
by perfect,
Yeah.
right? But what I mean by perfect is not perfect. But what I'm saying is, as a person, you able right now to sit where you're sitting at and have a conversation, right? You smart as you are,
I-
from what, from where? Because something, your brain is just acting on itself, and all the
from
knowledge that,
sufficiency. From sufficiency. It's not about perfection.
no, I
Biology
mean from your
has the
brain though, I'm saying from your
sufficient.
brain.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's sufficiency. Yeah. Biology doesn't have perfection. The
Hmm.
process of the mind is also not perfect. The brain is not perfect. The eyes are not perfect. We can't see all spectrums of light, for example, with the eyes. There are chemical imbalances of the brain that people are born with. There are many different variations between one generation to the next that are
Hmm.
different, and they're not perfectly the same or perfect in the sense that there's no flaws, or this is like something that indicates a designer. In fact, it's the opposite of an indication of a design. If we look at things that are designed, the two major components for design are simplicity and functionality, right?
Hmm.
And if you look in biology, there's a lot of complexity and things that are like vestigial organs that have no function, like the gallbladder,
Right, I
the
understand, but it's
the the
actually there though.
appendix, the little corner of your eye that indicates that we had a different type of eye at one point in our
Yeah,
evolution.
Well, I
yeah, but
think
Yeah,
what I'm explaining, what I'm saying though is actually how's that stuff there? How's your eye there? Right. The thing is, what I'm saying is, we can.
evolution,
uh,
What do you
evolution.
mean by evolution though? Like, because a fish have eyes, like
unguided natural processes of biology
what?
adapting to its environment.
So a tree bark, you mean like say like a maggot, right? We say if we came from a maggot and it evolved to a fly and it evolved to a person. Like what are we like? And I'm trying to understand from you guys' point to say like how are we here? Like what is that explanation if a God in heaven, like what, how's the sun not falling? Like it's some stuff that we just can't,
Well,
science nothing can explain.
the sun. Why isn't it fallen?
Yeah, like what if all this is man made, right? You saying all this is like we? I'm
What?
not understand.
Are
I'm
we
not
below
no.
the sun or above the sun?
I think we below the sun.
We're neither. We're neither. Um, Up is going to be relative to us. Down is going to be relative to us. China
Hmm.
on the opposite side of the world, their up is our down, and their down is our up.
So you
So
think
they're
the world is round? So you believe the world is round?
Oh,
oh
holy
you're
shit!
so you're a flurf.
Yeah,
Do you have evidence that the Earth is flat?
yeah, but the thing is, then if it's so if it's somebody on the other end of the world, right?
Well, hold on,
How's the houses
B
and stuff
Lord.
there?
Hold on a second, Lord.
Mhm.
Do you have any working predictive models for a flat Earth? Like, is
No,
there a model that demonstrates how the flat Earth works, how seasons work, how night works?
no,
Do you
yes,
have
but
any of that
listen,
information?
the only reason the round model
I
work is
just
because
well,
somebody
hold on.
designed that,
No,
and that's
sir.
what you're
No,
going by. So
we observe that. Nobody designed that.
Yeah, so B Lord, how do you in a flat Earth model? Why
mhm.
is it that I have sunsets and then people like in Alaska literally have 24/7 sun? How does that work in a flat Earth?
um, I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. I'm just saying that God is making all that happen because we it's no kind
Oh
of
dear.
like it's nothing to explain around Earth where people are on the other side of the world falling off or
They're
spinning.
not because of gravity. Do you believe in gravity?
So gravity is holding people at the bottom of a ball.
It's not at the bottom. It's at
1,000
the.
mile.
I just went through this. That's a relative term.
That's
Up
So
and down is relative.
maybe
but gravity
Maybe I can-
is at a certain height though, right?
no. Gravity is what is drawn towards the center of a mass. Like, for example,
but at a
since we
certain
are a
altitude.
globe, all of the gravity pulls towards the center of the Earth from all directions. Like, if you take a basketball and
Right.
you put spikes through it, right?
Mhm.
It would be pointing towards the direction of the center of the ball. Like,
Correct.
from any direction you insert a spike, it'll show you the direction in which the center of mass is going towards. That's just like a visual representation, basically.
Right.
So
I understand that.
it's towards the center of a sphere. That's where all the gravity is pulled towards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. But the thing is, so we trade places with China every 10 minutes. Then, if we spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, you in different places at all times.
We don't.
right?
Well, yeah, it's
The
always
Earth-
moving, but we don't trade places. It's just the Earth rotates. We're still on
So
the same
you have
place,
to be there for.
and
So
they're
let me
still
let
on
me
the
use that same ball.
place. But
Let me-
relativistically, I guess you could say, like, if you're like outside of the Earth and you're hovering above an orbit and you're looking at the Earth, like, you could change like your perspective to see that it's in the same space at the same time, but it's not like exactly across from each other on the Earth. I wouldn't.
That's
say.
not
I mean,
that's not
kind
adding
of.
up though, because if you take the same basketball that you just said, and you put a dot on one side, right?
Take a
You put
globe.
one dot. You take that one
Just
dot.
take a globe, like a
And
spinning
then-
globe that you
hold-
see
hold-
in the classroom,
and then
and
spin it.
you take, yeah.
And then when you spin that basketball, it's just one dot, right? Just say that one dot is Kansas or where. When you spin that ball, it's gonna move no matter what. So if it's spinning, it's just spinning. That's it. Like you can't explain. You can't say, "Hey, it's spinning," but it's like a yo-yo. Like like you could get a yo-yo and just
I
the
don't know
inside
what you're
of-
talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean like because it's not spinning. It's no way.
You
It's no
lost
way
me. No,
it's no way that we here on a ball and it's spinning 1,000 miles per hour. That just don't.
So what do you
Right.
think? Why? So I guess my question is, if you don't have any proof that the world is flat, why do you say that like the pictures we have that NASA has produced from space stations isn't real?
Because NASA, so you think they landed on it? So you think that they flew a rocket to that far away and it landed perfectly in one spot?
18 times.
Ain't
18
no way.
times.
Come on, dude.
We've been there
But
eight.
You believe
yeah,
that, but you
18
don't believe
times,
that
yep.
that's a God that created your toenails, that you got 10 toes purposely.
Wait,
But
I'm
you
wrong.
believe
It's
somebody-
16.
No, I don't have 10 toes perfectly.
You got 10 toes, right?
No, I don't.
Well, for what? A born?
No, I was born without 10 toes.
Okay, but you still what? You still walking and getting around. But so.
Yeah, so am I imperfect? Was I one of God's imperfect designs?
No, it just had to happen from genetics, from maybe.
Yeah, that
like,
exactly why
the-
people have 10 toes is because it's from genetics. It's not from a god. It's just genetics.
No, but it go back to the first. Like people talking about there's not a God. You're talking about the right now. You saying like, well, where is he at right now? Is he in another room? Like, tell him to come out. It's way bigger than that. For
Cool.
somebody to map out this whole world, to give you enough knowledge to be on the internet right now, right? You got enough knowledge to do that from his brain that he created for you.
No, incorrect.
That's
Nature
something known
created.
as, like,
How
My
did
brain.
nature create your brain though? Like,
So let me explain. So my mom and my dad fucked, okay? And the sperm
no, but
gets
before
to the
that-
egg. Hold on. The sperm gets to the egg, and then that starts to produce a life. And through time, my brain develops naturally. No God
Correct.
needed. through time my brain developed naturally, and I have these cognitive functions, and we
Right.
can see that happening through a naturalistic world. No God needed at
So
all.
what about your before your mom then? Before you, I get see you talking about the right now. You correct. You're right. You didn't need God. You didn't need a God to exist because you
Mm-hmm.
existed through a sperm. Okay,
Yep.
that's fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just common sense, though. I'm talking about the world itself that you're sitting on. I'm talking about the veins that's inside of your body that ain't pouring out. I'm talking about like
So is
you
he.
clip.
So what part of me did God create? If natural causes I can prove created my brain, created my heart, natural processes created all of my internal organs that are necessary for me to live.
Right.
What part did God create of me?
The sperm, what's inside? How did sperm start to? Okay, let's think about this. You're right, but think about this, right? The sperm that's inside of you, right? Like that's inside, that's formed inside of you. Where was
Mhm.
that from? That's not from nature. Nature didn't come and give that to you. What he
My,
instilled that in you from the start, from the first person. I'm not saying
so my sperm existed from the very first person.
no. I'm saying no. I'm saying that he instilled that in the first person to carry on life, and that's
Well,
how
that's
he.
just your claim. You have nothing to substantiate that. I do have things to substantiate that that's not how it
No,
happened.
you don't have. But no. You're not explain. I'm talking about earthly things. You talking about right now. You saying, hey, I can go to the bathroom myself. You correct. You're
Mm-hmm.
right about that, right? But how are you doing that? How were you created? You were created like through not like right now through God. I know God didn't create you like he
Mm-hmm.
made you from the Adam and Eve rib thing, whatever they say in the Bible. I'm talking about from the beginning.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
we were a single-celled organism, and then it evolved into a more complex organism, and so on and so forth, till at some point, Homo sapiens were a creation from long, and generations and generations of life.
okay. Tell me, you on to something. Let's explain this to me, right? So you said that it was like darkness, right? And then you saying a germ was created, and then you saying that evolved into a human, and then we got smart enough to start building stuff and cars, and that's what you're saying.
That's a
So
very simplistic way of putting it. Yes.
so what was here though? Like what was here that was?
Oh,
I,
time, space, and matter was here.
Oh, so the Earth always been here, right?
Nope,
And then
never said that.
no.
no. I'm just trying to understand. So if Earth wasn't always here, I thought you were saying where Earth was here and we just evolved. And that might have been, hey, you might have been, now you just contradicted that and said, hey, it wasn't the Earth. God might have created the Earth, but we evolved
I
from.
never said that either. God didn't create the Earth. The Earth was
You just said it
created.
wasn't the Earth before, though. You said that.
Yeah, I know. There was the material that was needed for an Earth. The Earth came from the Big Bang. The Big Bang and all that. Like, when that all happened and the expanse started happening, different planets and different balls of gas, like our sun, were created. And these masses started circulating around these stars. And that created things like Earth, Jupiter, Mars. It's just enough mass and time for those things to develop as the earth was expanding or as the universe was expanding.
And it created a perfect ball that we live on.
That's
It's not
how
perfect.
it's not
I mean,
perfect.
just,
For one, it's
yeah.
not a ball. For two,
No,
You said it's a circle.
yeah,
it's
time
a
is.
sphere.
Oh,
You
so-
know, it's
Obloid spheroid. It's like it's not like perfect. It's like
They must have been
it's larger in the middle than it is on the tops and bottom, or on the top and bottom. Now the problem is, if you're saying that biology is developed by God,
Mhm.
did God design everything in the body
Yes,
to work a
yeah,
specific
yeah.
way?
Because, listen.
Okay.
Yes, because that's
Okay.
how.
Okay.
That's the. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So if that's the case, you understand how the prostate functions, right?
Yes.
Okay. So did God design the prostate in men to have the certain results when internal stimulation happens with the prostate?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean?
Are you saying did he create the problem? I don't think that
That's
he
not a
created the
problem. Well, that would be intentional
Only a problem.
by God.
I mean, it would be no. What I'm saying is that's just equivalent to, like you said, Ja. He said that if he wasn't born with 10 toes. I mean, you can't be born a certain
Well,
way.
that's every man has a prostate.
And
Every
right,
man
that's
is
what I'm saying.
born
So
with a
everyone won't be
prostate, and
perfect, right?
every time that there's internal stimulation, it causes a reaction. I'm
Right.
sure you know what I mean by that. Okay, so this
Yeah.
would be intentional if God designed the body.
But it wouldn't have been intentional. It wouldn't have been an intentional deal. It would have just been, hey,
Then
this
why
is
does it
just something that
function this
happened.
certain way if God purposes things to work a certain way? This would be part of this design and intentional.
No,
God
because
wants
not,
this
but because
to
it's
happen.
because it's not a direct issue for everybody. So you can't
It
say
is,
that.
though.
Intentional would be your fingernails growing through your eyes, and every time you blink, that was stabbing you in the eye. Now we all would hate God. I would be sitting here
Well,
blinking right now, saying, "Oh my God, I keep staring at him. Oh my God, I'm blinking right
that's
now."
not analogous with something that doesn't happen. We're talking about something that does happen in all men who are
But what
born
you
with a
know, it don't.
prostate. This is a intentional part of God's purpose. So if this is the case, then this God can't be the Christian God, because this God is against acts like men on men action. So this would
But you
contradict its own purpose. So this means that this God cannot exist.
no listen though. But He allowed free will. So if you do whatever you choose to do, it may be a consequence. So if
Wait, let me
if
ask
it,
you a question about free will. Can you change God's plan?
what do you mean change the plan? Yeah,
Can you
in a
change can you change God's mind and
no.
change God's overall plan?
To die or to like live?
Any part of God's plan, can you change it?
That's a deal far as just whether you believe in him or not. I mean, if you don't believe in him and you saying, "Hey,
No,
God,"
let's say the God you believe in, right? That has control over everything in nature. Can you change this God's desires, plans, or preferences?
meaning what? Like rain or something? Like what? What do you mean?
Can your will supersede God's will?
No, because he
Okay.
give you the
So then
will.
you don't have free will.
I don't understand. I don't quite understand that. But free will is like people say, well, if it's a God, then why is it robbers out here? If it's a God, why is everybody got free will? He promised you one thing, and that's to see him. You gonna die. That's all you're here for. I think I don't know why we're here. I can't answer that question. But the thing is, I think that we're here to love, to like. If you got kids, if you got a mother, if you got a father or somebody that you ever love, I think that's what you're here for. It's just to feel that love, because you're gonna die. So you can crave money, you can crave anything you want to, right? The thing is, you got to hold somebody and say, "I love you," right? That's it. That's all. Because you're gonna die. Not one day. You don't even know when. So I think to believe in um, like why my feet is at my feet. I think that it's a God. I think there ain't no way around that.
So
Okay.
it's what I'm gathering is you don't really have any evidence of a god. You just think there's no other way but there to be a god.
I think that it's no way that we evolve. Like I'm going against the theory that people say. I talk to a lot of people that say, "Hey, there's no way it's nothing such as a God," right? And I say, "Well, how do you think that you hear? Tell me where the factor at that's making mosquitoes, that's making maggots, that's making a fly, that's making a snake.
They're
Tell me where all that's."
fucking the same as
But
where I
what is
came
fucking
from.
to make all the different species? Okay, how's a parrot here then? So a snake and a fly fuck then made a parrot.
Nope.
What
So
the
how did the
fuck?
parrot get here? How did the elephant get here then?
All right, so we all have everything has like an evolutionary tree that it came from, and that's where they
Mhm.
came from.
A tree?
Yep.
So a tree started there. Where was the tree at? I thought you said we came from an atom. Where was?
Well, we came from matter,
Yes.
matter that slowly became
Where's there evidence that? Who said we came from a matter off of a tree?
okay, abiogenesis, the Miller-Urey experiment. We have proof that amino acids
Like a family
can be
tree.
produced.
You're right.
What's that?
I was responding to a comment. Go ahead.
Oh, amino acids can be produced without any necessity of a god, which is the building block for life. We've done it in a lab, and also we have found them on meteorites in space. Amino acids, the building block of life. And then we also know that when you take those amino acids and put it in early Earth atmosphere and you shake it up, they start creating molecules that are self-replicating. They replicate by themselves and mutate.
Okay, so why haven't they took that and shook it over Mars, and now everybody driving cars and shit in Mars, like
There's
newborn
not
babies?
enough atmosphere on
And
Mars.
Yeah,
No,
like
I
we
mean
couldn't
not
survive
directly
on
Mars. I'm just saying if they found a way. That's just like right now. If you found a money tree, right? We have to have money to live, right? If you found a money tree, you might keep it to yourself, but your family gonna know that you got it. It's a way.
Such
that-
thing as a money tree.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. No, dude. I'm just saying. I'm saying. So if somebody found
Well-
a molecule that you could shape and make a whole new planet, that you saying this is what you said. You said that you could. They took that and shook it and made life. Right. That's what happened.
made reproducing
matter.
molecules that
Right, molecules
mutate, yeah.
made matter, which is slowly evolved into us, right? So the person that knows
That's
that,
part of the process, yes.
say if it's a scientist that knew that, right? Right now, he would be he couldn't even exist because he knew how to just throw a molecule somewhere and start a whole nother family. No.
So do you not believe like where they've made proto-cells in labs?
No, I'm not saying it can't be. I mean, they can duplicate a human. No, I'm not saying that people are not smart enough because I don't even know how the roads are made. So I'm just saying that people are smart. But I'm saying that from the beginning, you have to believe that you're here for a reason. You can't say that, hey, I'm here from a molecule, because if people found that molecule or matter, a piece of matter that could make a whole nother civilization, that's what would be happening.
We don't have to have a purpose to be here. Purpose is subjective. Purpose is contingent upon like perspective or someone's stance. It's not something that exists out there in nature.
Right. But why do a rabbit be with other rabbits?
Because they're
That's its nature,
biologically
right?
compatible.
Right. So how did that group? What created? It's so many different species and groups and stuff is what I'm getting at. That you couldn't have been created by one matter because we would all have the same DNA.
Okay.
You would be able to
So,
cut.
B-Lord, I want you to look something up for me. It's called taxonomy. I'll spell it out in the chat for you. It's a way of branching out the information of different species or phylums or genus or how things are classified within the animal kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's called taxonomy. It's basically, it's branching out the information like a tree. It's not an actual tree. But it branches out this information from different common ancestry, right? Like, for example, we're on the branch of primates, which includes chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans, gorillas, all the little smaller smaller monkeys,
So
old
you
world
believe that it's
monkeys.
another species that's smart as humans are?
I think it's possible that there are species that are smarter than us.
Wow.
They just
Wow. Wow. No.
they just have different
Then
capabilities than us.
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I don't
Like
think that.
if we're basing our intelligence like to breathe underwater, we have very little to no intelligence to breathe underwater. If we're basing our intelligence on being able to fly, we would have to use tools, but naturally our bodies, they don't fly.
Right.
Right. So it depends on, I don't know. I think the issue is we don't see a creator in biology. We don't see a creator in the formation of planets or solar systems or stars or the sun or moons. We don't have that information or observation. And that's like the biggest problem.
Hmm. I understand that. I understand what you're saying, and it is other species are smart in their own terms. Because, like you said, I couldn't outswim a dolphin. I can swim, but I'm not like a dolphin. I understand that, but I think that everything is purposely done. I think the reason a dog can bark, reason a dog can lay beside you, and you can feel that. Have you ever had a pet or something? Or do you hate pets or something? Do you hate pets?
What? Why would
I
we
have
hate
two.
pets?
I have
So
plenty of
I'm
pets.
asking if you have a pet and you care about it, right? And you love it, right? Where do you think that pet came from? Like, how do you think you feel that love? Like, what? Explain your
Its parents.
emotions.
The love I feel for a pet is from proximity and being having an existence with them and experiences with them, exchanging
No, but you
exchanging
wouldn't have
direct
no kind of
touch.
feeling if you were just from matter.
I
If
love
we was,
petting dogs and kitties. You know.
but if we were just from matter, we wouldn't have emotions and feelings. We wouldn't care about nothing. What?
Wait. How does that make sense? What do you mean by that?
Because
How is
what?
that the case?
Because if we was from matter, not DNA and all the bloodlines and stuff like that.
DNA in blood is matter.
No, but you saying like matter, like an atom, like
Mhm.
atom and matter
Yeah,
and
like our
from
brains,
space
like
and
our
stuff. That's
emotions, like serotonin, like dopamine, like oxytocin, like all the
that's not
chemicals that we
matter.
feel. That
That's a
is
Yeah.
matter.
feeling.
That's
No,
matter.
we feel because of chemicals. The way
No,
the chemicals react in our brain, that's what makes us feel different emotions, like love. They can literally watch your brain, and when they bring somebody in that you love, they can watch the chemical reactions happen, and they know what love looks like in a chemical way because of that.
but why
They
do you
even know
care?
the location of the brain and the part of the brain that activates or is active while you're undergoing that experience.
Right. Just nobody ever made one. Nobody ever made a brain to sit
No
here and say what
person,
you
no
guys are saying.
identity,
No.
hold on. No, I agree with you. No one ever made a brain. No
Thank you for
one
agreeing with me on
or
one.
no person. No. I'm including God in this. There's no agency or mind or intentionality behind biology.
Then why wouldn't it be? So who brain was born in their stomach? Let's look up right now. The it might have been one person, but how? It's not. If matter
Did
made us, we would be all sloppy, dude. We would have
did you did
arm.
you did you know there are women that grow teeth in their vaginas?
I mean, I'm not saying that. It's not. It's not
Vagina
like a host.
dentata.
No, I
Did,
never
did
heard of that before.
Yeah, that's a thing. Did you know there's people that their hearts are formed outside of their
Yeah,
or are created outside of their body?
yeah, yeah. That's just a deformation
No, that's
that you're.
sloppy. That's sloppy.
No. But you said no. But it would be. We would be like some people would come out of glob. We would have if we was from matter. If we you are perfectly made, dude. You perfectly made. Um, Limbs might not work. I'm not saying like perfect, like for but far as like where your hair grow, where you use the bathroom at, clipping your toenails, your eyes. You are perfectly made right now, and I think
That is
that,
not true.
you are, because you're able to see and conversate. Okay, close your
Is
eyes
a
for 2
person
weeks.
that can't see made perfectly?
They still getting around,
Are
and
they
that's still.
are they made perfectly if they can't see?
No, I'm talking about no. That's a deform. That's just a deform. But they have
Okay,
grown
so
up.
they're not made
It's,
perfectly.
no, but
So
it's
there
not.
are people that aren't made
No, but
perfectly.
if their eyes was growing out, if they had arms growing out of their eyes, then you can say, well, why is this person not? If you saying that God don't exist, and why is this person got fingernails growing out of their eyes? Nobody is like, nothing is mismatched to the point where you can say that. Even down to people that's
Yeah, there are
jointed
people that are
twins. It's even
born. There are people that are born that cannot move their entire body,
right.
nor can they think an actual like thought.
Right.
They don't. They have a thought process. There are
Right.
people that are born so impaired that they cannot function in life.
Right.
So
Some of them die after the. Yep. You're right.
yeah, some
You're
people
right.
are born with cancer. Some
Yep.
people, like you going on and on about how people are like perfectly made is just nonsense.
Yeah, but you're not saying evidence on how you think that this world is scientifically made up, and
I
nobody
already
ever
gave
did
it
what
to you, and you had nothing but
I
saying
did.
no.
I
That's
did.
all.
What I'm saying. The only thing that I'm saying is that why nobody ever did what you guys saying. Why it's never been recreated again.
It has.
Yeah, that's
That all of these experiments have been done over and over again. In fact, they will tell you how to do a lot of these experiments in your own kitchen. They like experiments that scientists produce, like there's papers for them. You go read them and then you can understand like how to do them yourself.
Mhm. What happened when people die? What do you think happens then?
They go back into the earth and they are minerals and molecules that are used to in some way go back into the universe and create.
Okay. So another human is made out of you eventually, just because
Well, yeah,
okay.
we will be used to sustain other human life, yes.
So sperm don't have to necessarily create life, not from frogs or horses. Sometimes life can be created just like off the ground. The shit that's on the
not
ground.
what he said. That is not what he said.
That is a
That is what
huge
he
straw
said.
man.
You said that if we come back, if we die and go to the earth, we become a mineral that is used to create life at some point, right?
Yeah.
No.
We
He said
will
it's used to
help
sustain,
sustain life.
I mean, yeah, it helps sustain
not
life.
create.
But I mean, right. But no, only your sperm can create life. That's a horse. That's a fly. That's anything, right? Because you're telling me something
Yeah.
I didn't know. Seriously.
I would sustain trees. Like my molecules would be used to sustain all types of things.
Oh,
Maggots.
to give life, like to Oh,
yep.
To feed off of.
Yeah. My molecules would go back into the universe.
So, do you think a maggot could ever be something different, like a bird?
No, because it was a maggot.
Wow. Well, you guys
I think, Lord, you should look into what evolution is, what the animal kingdom is, even the insect kingdom. I think would help. Look into biology and the information behind it, and you'll have more answers than you would have questions.
Yeah, but God created knowledge, and knowledge is inside of you enough
That's
to
a
know
claim.
that. Listen,
That's a claim.
know that I know for a fact that my skin is not in place for no reason, though. Like, I don't know how you think that.
Yeah,
How do you know God?
I don't know how you
Evolution.
say.
How do you know?
See, like, look,
Hold on,
you're
Lord.
touching
How do
your
you-
chin
hold
right
on,
now.
Lord.
You're touching
How do
your.
hold on, Lord. Excuse
Go
me.
ahead.
How do you know that God did these things? What is the evidence for that?
Listen, because let me tell you the evidence, right? Let me tell you the evidence.
Sure.
Because
Go ahead.
let's all hold our left hand up, right? How did that left hand get there, right? If you can't explain nothing
Oops.
else creating you to be able to say you got a left hand that's in place, that's intact, that ain't nothing wrong with, you can't explain that from Adam. Something created that. That is
Yeah,
created.
chemicals in my brain let me
No,
know that my left hand are
Wait.
up.
no. You no.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Lord. What is the evidence that God created us? That's the question.
Because you are alive, because you're talking, because you're
So
alive, because your brain is sitting.
okay, let's start with talking. Let's
Mm-hmm.
start there. How is there evidence
Mm-hmm.
that God is responsible for us talking?
Because it's something you could call him Steve. Let's call him Steve, right?
Let's call him Satan.
Whatever his name is, it's a higher power that created. The reason you are like you are is because you are created in perfection. That's why. Explain why
Not
you
evidence.
exist.
That's a
Yes, it is.
claim.
No,
That's part of the
because you
claim.
exist. No. The evidence is you. You here.
Right. We exist, therefore God. Okay, so where's the evidence that because we exist, therefore God?
See, I can't say, because God is not. If you said a car, if you said a Lamborghini and said, "Look at that Lamborghini," now prove to me it's a God
Cheers.
because that's a Lamborghini, right? I can't tell you this. It ain't a God because that's a Lamborghini. It's a God because you and your fingernails and your mustache and your beard is perfectly. You create it. If we created from matter, then we would all be one thing. If we was a dog, then everybody would be dogs.
No, stop. Hold on a second. None of what you said is giving us any indication that God created any of these things at all.
I said because you are. How are you here? You are a person.
That's a question, sir. That's not
No.
evidence.
It's not
question.
you here. No. I'm talking facts. You got a kneecap, right? You got a kneecap.
Right. We're here. Okay, so we're here now.
So
lead
I'm
us
telling
to
you.
God.
So therefore, you
Okay,
was created by something.
Hold on. Slow down. Okay, what you're doing is you're saying there's this thing, which, like, the last thing was a kneecap. You said Lamborghinis before, you said trees before, you said all these other things. You said because we can talk, all of these things. You're listing off things that we already know are existing. But what you're not doing is you're not leading to the how, or how God did this, or the evidence for God doing this. That's what I'm interested in.
Because he created the earth and he created people so that you can experience.
That's still the
love,
claim,
right? No. This is
respectfully. That's still the claim.
You over talking.
But that's still claiming.
It's not a claim.
God did.
Let me clear this point up, right? It's not. It's a real thing because you're here. That's all I'm saying. You saying that you keep saying it's a claim, and I'm saying that you are here for a reason.
Yes, it is a claim.
Okay, hold on. B-Lord, your time just expired. I'm going to let you say something. I'm going to let Tiny respond, and then we're going to end this call. But,
end it. Let somebody else in.
Oh, you're done? Okay.
Yeah.
Tiny, you have anything last to say to
Go ahead, Tiny.
B-Lord?
Yeah, read more books, please.
Yeah. The flurf thing was where I was just like, okay. Like, this, yeah. But we didn't have anybody else in the guest box. If you want to join up in the conversation and have a real conversation with us, you see, we had somebody up here that was not very educated, but we had a good conversation. We weren't mean to them. We aren't bullying people. We want to have these conversations and educate people. So if you think God does exist, come up. Talk to me and Tiny here. And as long as you're honest, and we can have these conversations, we will have a great conversation with you. If you are in the YouTubes, you go to the tiny URL that is pinned at the top of the chat, and you can get in on this conversation as well. And also, if you are in there, click that thumbs up. Go ahead and tap on that heart a few times for me. Write something in the comments, interact with the live, and also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Even if you're in the other YouTube on the other, please go over to JA Debates on YouTube and join, subscribe over there as well. Here on TikTok, thank you for being here. If you disagree, you know how to get in the guest box. Just join up and we will have a conversation with you. Guys, thank you so much for the 27,000 likes already. We've been live for an hour. We're almost at 30,000 likes. Thank you so much. Shares, 153. Just keep doing all them great things. Love you guys. You're amazing. Also, if you are not following this account, make sure you're following it. This is a different account than my main. So make sure you're following over here too. F. Nice to see ya. Holly, nice to see ya. Holly. Seth. Chad. So many great people in there. Give me 1 second. Jirab, alright, so here's the thing. We did a thing one night where, that is a Mexican, alcoholic beverage, and, we were doing a game where, while I was debating if people posted those, I had to drink. There you go. And so, yeah, that's what those came from, and I just kind of left them in there since then. Carrie, nice to see you. Smiling Apostate, nice to see you. Thank you. Yes, I love this t-shirt. I love painting, and I love him. I just love him so much. Who you call a Mexican? No, it's a Mexican beer, is what I said. I wasn't calling anybody a Mexican, F. But anyway, if you want to join the conversation, come up, talk to me and Tiny. I think that one went well as far as it could have went well. Tiny, what did you think about the last caller? Do you think... I think they were being genuine. I just think they were very misinformed.
I think he was a decent and cordial person, but I think he was just very misinformed and very ignorant to a lot of things, especially about the shape of the earth.
Yeah, I actually let him go on 5 minutes past the time before I said anything because we didn't have anybody else. But I think our numbers were dwindling, and I was like, even without somebody, me and Tiny could probably have better, more interesting conversations. While we are waiting on somebody, if any friendly wants to come up, you got a 2-minute timer to ask anything you want, and we can have a quick question answer thing going on here. But other than that, thank you for being here. Rip Flat Earth. Yes, Lobes. Next live, we have Lobes. He will be here Thursday, and then the live after that, I will not be here. It will be Benny Boy and Volcy, hosting and co-hosting here on the same channel, JA Debates, and same background. And it's going to be a good time. You guys need to stop by, see them. And then next month, the people that are doing it without me here will be Crystal and Sam. And they're both amazing. And we are promoting diversity here. So I wanted to do a female team, a team of women to come on and do debates. So... We have some great people coming up soon here on JA Debates. Untucked, are you a Christian, and how old are you?
I am 49 and I'm a friendly.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
I was just fuming a little bit with last guest when he was talking about why don't any atoms come out as globs with people, and it just made me mad because of all of the miscarriages that happen, because not every pregnancy forms a perfectly normal, quote-unquote normal human, and that 1 in 25 pregnancy is an unwanted miscarriage because it will not develop into a sustainable human.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I could have went, that is a good point. Because I was trying to get there in a less intrusive way, but yeah, absolutely. I think that it's crazy that he would, and I have 10 toes, I was being facetious when I told him I didn't, but it was to prove a
Well,
point that I think
yeah,
it's
my stepson was
crazy.
born with 8 fingers. Like he legitimately was.
Yeah, I have a friend
it
with
happens.
no thumbs.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that people will sit here and say that humans are created so like
Perfectly.
like no,
my
that's
stepson
not how it works.
my stepson was also born with both of his kidneys on one side of his body. So for the longest time, we thought he only had one kidney. And then it turned out, oh, he has two. They're just on the same side of his body, which isn't really good because if something happened on that side of his body, he would still lose both of his kidneys. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
The world is not perfect at all.
No, and I don't think any single person is created perfectly. I think
No.
if every human went to the doctor, there would be something askew.
Yep.
And it's just crazy that he thinks that
Yep.
people are overall created perfectly. It's just an
Yeah. Well, I
absurdity.
mean, not to get really into it, but I had pneumonia in February, and I just found out that I have a bicuspid valve in my heart. So that means you're supposed to have 3 lobes opening and closing. So I only have 2. And now I have a aortic aneurysm. So I get that to worry about in the future. But at least I found out. But yeah, my heart valve was not supposed to be formed that way. But because of it, now I have other problems. And like you said, every single human, if we look hard enough, we're going to find a flaw that we just have to deal with.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
Untucked, I thank you for coming up.
Yep.
You are amazing. And I hope that you got to vent a little bit here.
I
And
did. Thank you very much.
you're
Appreciate you.
more than welcome to come up when we have lulls and vent some more later.
All right. Good luck. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Untuck. Have a good day.
Oh yeah, bye. Yeah. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for all the likes. Benny Boy said hello question mark. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Hello Benny. But
Hello?
I don't think that I don't know what I missed there. I think I probably missed something in the chat. If any other friendlies want to come up and vent about the last guest or have a question for Tiny or me, come up. We can have a quick conversation and, yeah, it'd be great to see you. Hopefully we can get some more ops up in here. Share out the live if you have any Christians that you're friends with, share it out to them. If you are a Christian in here and you just do not have the knowledge or the capabilities of holding one of these conversations, send it out to somebody that does, and we can have a conversation. That's what we're here for, to have good conversations. Guys, we are almost to 60,000 likes. Thank you all so much. You guys are rock stars. We have doubled our average so far for the live from last week. So that is amazing. Goddess. Hello, how are you? Guys, and make sure that you are following this. If you're coming across it, this is not my main account. This is a new where we will be doing most of the lives. I will be doing random lives on my main account, but that will just be me doing debates solo. But we are doing this from now on. It is good to see you. It is good to see you. Thank you for that follow there. And also, make sure you're sharing it out to people that you know were following my other account, because we don't... a lot of people just don't even know we're doing it over here. I've tried to make videos and things, but you know how that goes. When you make videos promoting, you get less views than any other videos. So, there's also that. And Jarab figured out the beer thing, so Congrats to him for that. But anyway, Tiny, so what is your favorite science topic to discuss?
I would say the Big Bang. That's probably one of my favorite topics to discuss because so many people are so confused about it, and it's really not that hard to figure out, honestly. Like, it's just looking backwards at all the stuff that we have, like all the information and data, and just calculating it backwards, plugging all of it in, all the data sets, and just going backwards. I don't know. It's not like an explosion. A lot of people I've heard so many different crazy takes on how the Big Bang is. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.